What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Murder and Coffee. My name's Danielle, and I pretty much sit here and drink coffee and tell you about murder cases. So, for this one, I'm going to play a little bit of, Frank Sinatra in the background, just because I feel like it today. Let's see. No, not podcast. Let's see here. Go all the way back to his older stuff.
Watch this short video to get...
Screw it. I give. Alright. So this is going to be part 2 of Richard Iceman Kuklinski. Let me put on my reading glasses here. Hi, DMZ. I have one of my puppies. So in the last video, we kind of went over the beginnings of Kuklinski. So we know, born to a Polish immigrant family, blah, blah, blah. Dad beat him, mom beat him, dad took off. He had to fend for himself. So, Kuklinski was 6'5" and 300 fucking pounds. This dude was a goddamn monster. I'm gonna be honest here. He was a fucking monster. Let's see here. So, he got started with the Gambino crime family through his relationship with a mobster named Roy DeMeo. Kuklinski stated that it started out as mostly robberies and assignments for the family, one of which was pirating pornographic movies. But soon, they realized his talent for killing people stood out from the rest of the group. So they decided to put him to the test one day. So one day, DeMeo took him out in his car, and they parked on a city street. DeMeo then selected an apparently random target. A man out walking his dog. He then told Kuklinski to kill him. He did not fucking question this. There's his moral compass. Somebody tells you to kill someone, you automatically go, wait, what? What the fuck did you just say? No, this dude had no moral compass. That's simple. So he got out and walked towards the man. As he passed him, he turned around and shot him in the back of the head. From then on, he was DeMeo's enforcer, his favorite one. Drink some of my Red Bull. I just woke up. So for the next 30 years, at least according to Kuklinski, he killed numerous people either by gun, strangulation, knife, or poison. The exact number has never been settled upon by authorities. And Kuklinski himself, at various times, claimed he killed between 33 and 200 people. So, he favored the use of cyanide, since it killed quickly and it was hard to detect through a toxicology report. He would variously administer it by injection, putting it on a person's fucking food, aerosol spray, or simply by spilling it on the victim's skin. One of his favorite methods of disposal for a body was he put it in a 55-gallon drum and would leave it anywhere. Yeah. Other disposal methods he used was dismemberment, burial, or placing the body in the trunk of a car and having it crushed in the junkyard. He also claimed to have left bodies sitting on park benches on more than one occasion. Kuklinski's claims that he was a frequent killer for DeMeo, none of DeMeo... So, even though he has claimed this, DeMeo's men say, they became witnesses for the government, claimed that Kuklinski was involved in the murders that he was not involved in the murders that they'd committed. He was only photographed on one occasion at the Gemini Lounge. He reportedly visited the club to purchase a handgun from the Brooklyn crew. He once claimed to have been responsible for the 1983 murder of Roy DeMeo. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Although the available evidence and testimony points to the murderers being fellow DeMeo crew associates, Joseph Testa and Anthony Center, as well as DeMeo's supervisor in the Gambino family, Anthony Gaggi. Sorry if I sound nasally. I worked myself into a head cold again. I tend to do that from time to time. But according to Kuklinski, at the same time he was allegedly a career hitman, he met and married Barbara Pedrisky. I'm not going to pronounce this right. I'm going to be honest. And later fathered 2 daughters and 1 son with her. Sometimes he would get up and leave the house at any time of the day or night to do a job, even if it was in the middle of dinner. She never questioned him. And we're going to get into why later. He was initially nicknamed the Polak by his Italian associates because of his Polish heritage. Then he earned the nickname Iceman following his experiments with disguising the time of death of his victims by freezing their corpses in an industrial freezer. Jesus Christ. He claims that he used a Mr. Softy ice cream truck for this purpose, although the FBI doubts the veracity of this claim. The reason that he is so interesting, everyone, is because nobody fucking knows. There is, no trace of him doing any of this shit. No trace. Just his claims. The people that are dead, yeah, they're dead. But you just have his stories to go on. And the fact that he knows a lot about the murders. That's it. Alright, put my eyes back on so I can see because I'm old. Yes, hi Danzig. Let's see here. Later he told author Philip Carlo that he got this idea from a hitman nicknamed Mr. Softy, who drove a Mr. Softy truck to appear inconspicuous. His method was uncovered by the authorities when Kuklinski once failed to let one of his victims properly thaw out before disposing of the body on a warm summer's night. And the coroner found chunks of ice in the corpse's heart, intestines, and liver. He became friendly with a man named Robert Pronge, the man nicknamed Mr. Softy. Pronge supposedly was a military-trained demolitions technician, and he was extremely crazy, according to Kuklinski. 1984, Robert Pronge was found shot to death in his truck. Alright, so those that were involved in this in bringing him down were New Jersey Attorney General's office, FBI, and the ATF, as well as the police in the town. The case started in 1980 to bring him down. And the whole reason he was brought down was Special Agent Dominic Prolifrone was undercover and went to him for a hit. Recorded the whole fucking thing. Danzig, you're knocking my table over, baby. So they had enough at that point because they figured that Proliferone was next because he knew too much. So they went ahead and with the tapes and everything, that gave them enough for an arrest. So they blocked off the street where Kuklinski lived. State police, federal agents, attorney general's office, ATF, everything. And it took multiple officers to take him down. In the process of doing so, Mrs. Kuklinski was also arrested and charged with gun possession because the car was in fact registered under her name. When Mrs. Kuklinski was arrested, a police officer put his boot on her back while detaining her. That just pissed Kuklinski off. And that is one of the reasons they needed multiple officers to bring him down. In 2003, he pled guilty to the 1980 murder of NYPD detective Peter Calabro and drew another 30 years. So, in the Calabro murder, in which Sammy the Bull Gravano was also charged, Kuklinski said he parked his van on the side of a narrow road, forcing other drivers to slow down to pass. And then he laid in a snowbank until Calabro came by at 2 a.m., then stepped out and shot him with a shotgun. In one interview, he claimed that he would never kill a child and most likely wouldn't kill a woman. However, according to one of his daughters, he once told her that he would have to kill her and her two siblings should he happen to beat her mother to death in a fit of rage. Barbaro has stated that he never actually did hurt the children. He also confessed that he once wanted to use a crossbow to carry out a hit, but not without testing it first. While driving his car, he asked a random man for directions, shot him in the forehead with the crossbow, and stated that the arrow went halfway into his head. He also claimed on multiple occasions he would kidnap his victims, and rather than conventionally murdering them, he bound their hands and feet with tape. He then left the victims in a cave in the wilderness where they were eaten by rats attracted by the victims' cries. He also claimed he filmed these deaths as proof to the buyer that the people did suffer before death. He confessed that he only regretted one murder, which he deemed particularly cruel. As he was about to kill a man, the man began praying to God for his life. Kuklinski told him that he would give God 30 minutes to save him, but once the time was up, he would be killed. Forcing the man to wait 30 minutes for his demise struck Kuklinski as his most sadistic murder. He died at the age of 70 at 1:15 Kuklinski died at age 70 at 1:15 a.m. on March 5th, 2006. He was in a secure wing at St. Francis Medical Center in Trenton, New Jersey at the time. Although the timing of his death has been labeled suspicious, Kuklinski was scheduled to he was scheduled to testify against former Gambino crime family underboss Sammy the Bull. They think that Sammy the Bull had ordered a hit on him. Kuklinski had admitted to murdering Calabro with a shotgun. We already know that. Alright, so let's see here. Where was I? Oh. Kuklinski also stated to family members that he thought they for poisoning him. A few days after Kuklinski's death, prosecutors dropped all charges against Gravano, saying that without Kuklinski's testimony, there was insufficient evidence to continue. In April 2006, news reports surfaced that Kuklinski had confessed to author Philip Carlo that he was part of a group who kidnapped and murdered famed union boss Jimmy Hoffa. I'm popular today. Did you guys know that? Just kidding. It's just my husband. My friends are all at work. I have this day off. Let's see here. Let's get into some of his deals here. I owe so much on this guy, you guys. You have no idea. Like, I had way more printed off, and then I just kept what there was. Let's see here. Cyanide poisoning, obviously was his favorite method. It interferes with the cellular enzyme system that processes the body's utilization of oxygen. The victim asphyxiates as the cells starve. If ingested, there's a burning in the mouth and throat, and the victim quickly grows dizzy and disoriented. It's a fast-acting poison that tortures as it kills. Pathologists, they don't think to look for cyanide as a cause because the pinkish spots on the skin are consistent with carbon monoxide poisoning. So, let's get into Gary Smith. Gary Smith had helped Kuklinski steal cars to resell for profit. But he's claimed to have been a weak man and the police were on to him. There was a warrant out for his arrest on the charges of stealing and cashing checks. Just before Christmas 1982, and to shield Smith, Kuklinski was moving him around from one New Jersey motel to another. It wasn't that he liked Smith, it was that he was afraid that the man would talk. He had already defied orders and went to go see his daughter. There was clearly no control of him. Fellow car thief Danny Deppner assisted him in this murder. What they did was he put cyanide in the ketchup at the hotel. Let's see here. It took a while. Smith was just scarfing down this food. Kuklinski was puzzled. Like, why wasn't this fucking guy dying? He had mixed the cyanide with the fucking ketchup. He should have been gone. He took another bite, and another bite, and another bite, and then finally he started to choke. Only thing that pissed him off, it was taking too fucking long. So Kuklinski signaled to Deppner that it was time for another step, and Deppner took a lamp cord and put it around Smith's throat. They hid his body underneath the box springs of the hotel. 4 days later, just after Christmas, the fourth couple to rent the room complained to management of an ungodly odor. They lifted the mattress and boom, there's Smith's body. It was bloated and blackened due to the heated room. 1983, there were no more trips to the motel for Kuklinski. The problem had been solved. Man on a bicycle. So in May, a man on a bicycle rode closer, saw body, rode closer to see what the turkey was doing. And and they found a large shape wrapped in green garbage bags. When he saw a face and arm sticking out from a tear in the bag, he alerted the police. That's how they got him. He described his first meditated kill. And so I liked the HBO documentaries I found on this guy. Because you see his facial expressions, everything. So I found it interesting. I don't know if a lot of other people will, but I did. You just get to see the blankness in his eyes. And then sometimes he'll smirk. You guys gotta go check it out. Confessions of an Iceman. It's of the Iceman. It's seriously on YouTube for free. He described his first premeditated kill as an adult in New Jersey City one evening. He'd used a car bomb triggered by gasoline to kill a man. As he walked away from the exploding car, he felt nothing. That was his way. He detached himself from his victims, an attitude that he claims came from having to detach himself from the abuse of his drunken father as a boy. All right. So, he's claimed to kill a number of people during the 1970s, but the first one the police linked to him was George W. Maliband Jr. from Huntington, Pennsylvania. Early in 1980, he left his home with Kuklinski to meet with Roy DeMeo. Maliband owed DeMeo money, and since Kuklinski had vouched for him, it was now on Kuklinski's head. Turned around, shot him 5 times with a .38. He put him in a 55-gallon steel drum. And at that point, Kuklinski paid off DeMeo and washed his hands of George Maliband. On February 5th, the owner of a Jersey City building at the foot of the cliff where Kuklinski disposed of Maliband noticed a dented drum, and there we go. Only good thing that came out of this was Maliband told his brother he was going with Kuklinski. That's how they had a suspect. As we know, Mr. Softy, Robert Pronge, Masgay was, so Louis Masgay was another one. He was their guinea pig. So he was to bring a large amount of cash, blah, 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 and he left his home. All right, so on July 1st, 1981, Masgay left his home in Pennsylvania with around $95,000, expecting a huge profit. Masgay was a pharmacist, looking for the next best thing. He wanted the green. And boom. Next thing you know, he's found on Route 17 in Bergen County. Let's see here. Paul Hoffman. He killed Paul Hoffman in the spring of 1982. Another pharmacist. Then in 1984, it was Mr. Softy's turn to die. He argued over something with Kuklinski and threatened his family. That was sufficient for Kuklinski to get rid of him. Robert Pronge was found shot to death in his Mr. Softy truck in his garage in North Bergen, just across the street from Kuklinski's garage. Unfortunately, he also cut off his own fucking supply of cyanide. I had more highlighted. Hold on. Yeah. Hi, girl. Hi. Yeah, no, don't lick mom. Okay, so that's apparently all I had highlighted. This guy was, holy shit. I wasn't gonna go in. Normally I would go into all the grisly details, but honestly, I would rather you guys go and check out the documentary because you hear it from his mouth, his words. And honestly, I had goosebumps and my stomach churned. It takes a lot to get my stomach to churn. I grew up watching Jackass. It really does take a lot. And I'm a mom of 3. I clean up shit and puke all day and ugh. So there's honestly, if you go onto YouTube and you type in Iceman interviews, boom. There is a 2-hour and 45-minute one. It's all 3 interviews from HBO, all in one go. It's amazing. I highly recommend it, you guys. I really do. I'm going to grab the book and I'm going to read the book. I told my husband that already. We're going to get it tomorrow. Because I really am interested in this. Let's see here. What in the hell else is there? Stat. Danzig. I have, like, my animals are surrounding me right now. So yeah, that right there is the insane case of Richard the Iceman Kuklinski. What else was there? There was more I was gonna say. I should have wrote it down. I should have. God damn it. His files are gonna stay open, you guys. Just so you know. And it's pretty cool that they're keeping them open because in Jersey and New York, they're starting to uncover bodies. So they're able to, like, go through missing persons. But half the time, you don't report a person that's affiliated with the mob as missing. That's the funny thing. So I don't know. I'm excited. I want to see if any more get linked to him. Sometimes I feel like the guy was full of shit, but at the same time, it's hard to tell if he's full of shit because he's obviously a raging lunatic. Let's see here. Shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Kristen and Donna. Y'all are awesome. And also to everyone who's been commenting on my posts and my videos saying, oh, I found this on this case. Everything. It is amazing. Let's see here. Last night they discovered that there was a storage. So on the case from here in Rexburg, they found a storage unit that was abandoned by the mom, Lori Vallow, and it had all of her children's belongings in it. So there's that. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one updated too. I'm going to start posting more on that one. But yeah, you guys, that was the case of Richard Kuklinski. He is a fucking lunatic. Like, you can take my word for it, but I'd rather you go see the interview for yourself. Oh my God, like, the only time he gets emotional is when he's talking about his wife and kids. That's it. And his wife is one of those, he beat me, I don't give a fuck type of girls. And it's amazing. Let's see here. What podcasts have I been listening to lately? Put my old person glasses back on. Let's see here. DC Sniper. It's part of the iHeartRadio universe. I love that one. Root of Evil is another good one. Uncover. Oh my God, I'm listening to the ones on Nexium right now. Holy shit. And that one's by CBC Podcasts. They do fucking great. Darknet Story Diaries, that one is a really good one too. Yeah. They're all really good. I think you guys should go check out some of these podcasts. If you guys have any recommendations, I am always down for it. Right now, it's just my coworker and I, Morgan, we're throwing these back and forth nonstop. So we're always like, every Monday morning, I walk into work and I look at him, I'm like, what are you listening to? And he'll tell me, and he'll be like, what are you listening to? And I'll tell him, and we'll go like right then and there and add it to ours, so that way we can talk about it later. Crime Junkie, oh my god, I still love those guys. My Favorite Murder, love them. Morgan, my coworker, he and I talk about Crime Junkie all the fucking time. He'll hear of a case and he'll ask me if I heard of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I've researched that one, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it is. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that is all I've got today, you guys. Sorry all my episodes are late. We're kind of really short-staffed at work, so I've literally been coming home and going the fuck to bed. So, yeah, there's that. I'm gonna record again on, what day is it? Probably on Sunday. Even though I'm going to be off work late. Alright, you guys. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for the patience. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook. Coffee recommendations. If you have any favorite coffees, be it for Keurig or for an actual coffee pot, because I have both, let me know. I'm always down to try new things. Yeah, that's all I got, you guys. You guys have an amazing fucking weekend, whatever it is. And if I'm planning on having an episode out on Valentine's Day, that one, I think I'm going to get a little morbid in that one. Just so everybody knows. Danzig, stop. All right. Love y'all. Thank you. Mwah.